Now, 68 years after losing Air India to nationalization, Tatas have won the bid for Air India yet again, reports Bloomberg. However, the government is now yet to make an official announcement. The aviation ministry sources say that the debt of Air India stands at rupees 43,000 crore rupees, and the government is now looking forward to complete the sell-off at least by December itself. Here's a detailed report on that.
A bruised and battered Maharaja, returning to the fold of the group which crowned him 89 years ago. The journey back home has been turbulent, to say the least. With a place of pride, Air India enjoyed in the world airline rankings having slipped to the abysmal levels. If all goes well, the ownership of Air India will be transferred to the Tatas by December. Sources have told India Today that Tata's bid around 3,000 crore rupees higher than the reserve price of 15 to 20,000 crore rupees set for the airline. For the government, it is a case of third time lucky. The first attempt to sell Air India to Singapore Airlines in 2001 failed due to political opposition. The second attempt was aborted in 2018 when Indigo pulled out of the race. Though the deal comes with its own baggage, it's a win-win situation for Ratan Tata, emotionally and financially, himself a qualified pilot. Not only do the Tatas get the entire stake in Air India, it will own the budget Air India Express as well, and also half of the ground handling service Air India SATS. Air India, along with its subsidiaries, has a fleet of 172 aircrafts, 87 of them owned and the rest on lease. More importantly, it has landing and parking slots in some of the busiest international airports like London, New York, Singapore, Hong Kong and Dubai. There are also many unused slots in Russia, former Soviet countries and Bangladesh, which the new owner can exploit. Add to this, the trained pilots, technicians and other staff Air India brings with it. Two iconic landmarks, the 23-floor Air India building at Nariman Point, Mumbai, and the airline house in Lutyens, Delhi, will also be transferred to the Tatas. The government, meanwhile, gets rid of a company hemorrhaging cash. Air India reportedly has 43,000 crore rupees in debt, a hit that the government will take before handing over the company to the Tatas. The sale also pushes the disinvestment agenda of the government. For now, the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management has said that government decision is yet to be formalized. The big point of contention has always been the huge pension and medical reimbursement obligations for retired Air India employees. Tatas had also made it clear that they want zero pending employee dues. Government has reportedly agreed to this. Air India, which will be handed to the Tatas, will have most of its assets and nearly none of its liabilities. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, Tata has won the privatization bid for Air India, resulting in the ghar wapsi of the iconic airlines to the Tata fold after 68 long years. But what does it really mean for passengers of the airline? Well, will privatization really help with the modernization of this failing airline? Here's more on this story.
Boarding an Air India flight, an experience millions of air passengers will be familiar with. Flying on India's national carrier, common on national and international travel plans. But with the Tatas all set to take over Air India, passengers will be wondering what's going to change. While much is still up in the air, let's try and answer the questions you, the passenger, have. For starters, will Air India, the brand, cease to exist? India Today hears that the Tata Group, partners in the Vistara and AirAsia airlines, could be looking at the possibility of bringing all its airline ventures, including Air India, under a single entity. A move that would remove complications involved in combining the organizational structures and reduce operational costs. Any hypothetical single Tata airline entity combining Air India, Vistara and AirAsia India would together have a 26% share of the domestic aviation market in India. Sizable, but still much lower than market leader Indigo that has a giant share of 57%. The next question, What about Air India's famously subpar interiors of its aircraft? Owing to Air India's terrible financial state for decades, some of the sad occasional hallmarks of Air India include poor upkeep of aircraft interiors. With a private company like the Tatas set to take charge, passengers should expect an immediate sea change on this front. Spruced up interiors on the lines of Vistara or AirAsia. Another complaint has been the lack of modern amenities common on other airlines. On Air India, passengers have long resigned themselves to old or non-existent seat facilities like entertainment consoles. With the Tatas taking charge, expect this to be a sure shot change, with charging points, entertainment consoles and other facilities on every seat. While Air India staff have strived to put on a more professional face for passengers, aloofness and indifference have frequently been complaints. With a private player now controlling the airline, passengers can expect more polite and empathetic cabin crew and ground staff. In addition to these, passengers should expect more robust ticketing, deals, and a much more efficient online experience. The takeover and conversion process will take months, but at the other end of the tunnel promises to be a cleaned-up Air India set on a trajectory towards financial viability, and a true competitor for passenger loyalty and love. The symbolism of the Maharaja's original Namaste will hopefully be back. Bureau Report, India Today.